right. Welcome to Menu Heroes Digest.
As you can tell, we went and saw Tetris. There was an exclusive showing at our theater, and man, oh man, is it Taylor Edgerton or is it somebody else? But anyway,
those blocks, they were pretty blocky.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and that post-credit scene with the Game Boy. Oh my god.
No, we went to see the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which you might be able to tell because the screen says the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Yep. So we've got a short show for you today, but it's still a show, and it's still today.
I mean, this is the thing everybody's talking about. This is the thing everybody's obsessed over. So all of those things are just icing on the peaches cake.
Yes. No, don't say that.
Did I just stumble on something dirty?
Don't say peaches cake. No, okay. Not like that.
Okay.
Anyway, episode 68 of the Mini Heroes Digest.
One episode left.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay.
And that is with a fantastic Star Wars game bundle.
Yes.
Fanatical is holding a sale on Star Wars games.
Mm-hmm.
14 games for $21.
Oh yeah.
These games are Steam only. When you buy them, you will get a Steam key for each game. Nice. I did take a look into it, and Fanatical is legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you want to tell the lovely audience what games they can win?
Yeah. Not that. But we'll basically, as a gamer and as a big fan of Star Wars growing up, there's a fair amount of these I have played. Definitely Knights of the Republic. Definitely is still to this day being talked about as a thing.
KOTOR.
KOTOR. It's constant talks about a potential series or remake we're coming up, but also a potential Old Republic series or movie coming up. And there's also been some news about some Star Wars movies and shows being announced and everything. Just mainly Dave Filoni is going to do a movie based on The Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
Which I figured is going to happen. Of how popular the show is and how everybody could not get enough of Grogu or little Baby Yoda.
Of course, merchandisable it is.
Of course, they'd have him in a movie. Of course they would.
Of course.
And
so we've got Star Wars: Knight of the Old Republic.
Yes, got Force Unleashed 1 and 2. Definitely recommending Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed 2. It's got some good things to it. Got some stuff to it. Jedi Academy is also another classic. Dark Forces is the first time you kind of see those big mechanical dark troopers you saw in Mandalorian, so that is going way back. The 2005 Battlefront 2 is what I am absolutely a massive fan of. And obviously, and the ones I don't mention are the ones that I unfortunately had not had time to play. Because also I think Rogue Squadron was an N64 game.
I do believe it was. Is it on there?
I'm not saying.
No, that's not one of the games.
Okay, but that's another good one if you're looking for other great Star Wars games. And surprisingly, there's 2 that were based on Episode 1 that are actually not that bad, But by all means, this right here is a very solid list,
and I'll just run through it real quick for those who aren't able to actually read it because it might be small on the screen.
Sorry.
No worries. I'm the one who made the PowerPoint anyway. There's Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. There's Republic Commando, The Force Unleashed 1 and 2, Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith, Dark Forces, Empire at War, Battlefront 2, 2005, Starfighter, and the Clone Wars Republic Heroes.
And all that for the low price of $21. And that is still mind-boggling to me because, again, I got some of these games back in the early 2000s, and
they were full price.
Yeah, back then that was full price, and just get them all for just about that's
less than one of them.
That is good. That is real good. So, by all means, I'm certain they might have them also available for download for other consoles. But
so Fanatical specifically is only selling Steam versions.
I understand, but I think eventually...
Eventually there might be bundles for others, yeah.
Yeah. But, by all means, Steam, hey, that there's a reason why, like, you see them also on the lists of, like, available on this, because it's like, it is super convenient to get that, on PCs.
So, there is a $50 UwU keyboard. I'm sorry, UwU keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
The Wu-Ting UwU is a real 3-keyed keyboard that starts at $50. It was designed specifically for one game called Osu. And that's a free-to-play rhythm game. Obviously, we know all about specific, or specialized controllers for rhythm games. You've got your guitars for Guitar Hero and Rock Band. For Taiko no Tatsujin, you've got the Taiko Drum.
Yep.
This just happens to be a little keyboard designed specifically for a rhythm game. As you can see, it comes in 3 main flavors. You got $50 for the basic Wu-Ting.
Yeah.
And then $69.69, I'm not making this up, that is the actual price for the Wu-Ting UwU RGB, both the Cream and Stealth editions.
Oh my God.
And yes, these have RGB lighting.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming these little buttons here...
I don't even have words for, like...
Silly.
Sometimes you look outside and the world could be terrible, but also you got stuff like this, and it's like... It can do some funny stuff here.
They're cute.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not denying they're not cute, but I'm just like...
$50
they,
though.
Yeah, for they only have, like, at most 6 buttons.
Well, so these buttons are probably programmable buttons.
Okay.
So 3 buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanical keys, but...
So even less than... I was trying to give it a selling point of, like,
yeah.
you at least get 6 buttons, you don't even get that.
No.
You get 3.
Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie. 8 years later.
Years later.
So... this movie will release in theaters and on Peacock simultaneously.
I mean, I am kind of glad, like, we've waited a while to, like, fully get the lore of FNAF.
But it's become so convoluted, though.
It has.
Scott Cawthon.
Yeah. I'll give him this. Scott Cawthon, like, guy's really good at making
He
monsters.
built an empire.
Yeah, he built an empire of scary monsters, and and the fact that, like, he made them because, like, he wanted to do, like, a simple Christian game involving like wooden like forest animals, and everyone said they're so empty and lifelike and they're scary, and he decided to just completely own it. And I at least give him credit for that. Turning lemons into nightmare-fueled lemonade.
So, as you can tell, the movie was announced 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it was delayed because Cawthorn wanted everything to be perfect. Can't completely blame him for that.
Yeah.
If you've got an IP that you've put a lot of work into, you want it to be perfect, even though many of the games are flawed. Blumhouse, who is working on it, Blumhouse.
Yeah, the guy's name is Jason Blum.
Okay, Blumhouse then. Yeah. Blumhouse, who is also working with Universal, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Is set to release this movie on October 27th, 2023, just in time for Halloween.
Yeah. That makes sense. And again, considering that there has been more than enough examples of bad video game movies out there, and it is, like, yeah, you don't want to rush this, okay? Like... I remember, sometimes a bad movie won't completely ruin a game's reputation, but, like, when was the last time anybody heard anything of Blood Rain? Nothing.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the thing. It was a big, like, sexy vampire franchise that was, like, available for a lot of different, like, consoles and everything, and, like, that movie came out, and it was so terrible, people just kind of forgot the whole thing ever happened, despite the fact that the main character is a redheaded, like, sexy vampire in, like, leather bikinis and stuff like that. Like, people forgot about Blood Rain because of how bad that movie is. All right, so I'm sitting here with Mr. Cawthorn being like, yeah, you want to take your time with this. You want to make sure nothing's that level of terrible.
Although,
yeah, by all means,
it's a double-edged sword because since he took so long, there have been other attempts at making movies that are essentially for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Like the one with
Nicolas Cage. Willy's Wonder World.
Willy's Wonder World, where he basically says 2 words and that's...
No, I don't think he even says 2 words because I actually saw the movie and he chose to not say anything. He only just stares. And you're thinking they're going to reveal something about, near the end about, why he's there or his backstory. No, they don't. He is just there. He is just doing his thing. And then, the other animatronics try and fight him, and he breaks them all to pieces. And that's it. That's the movie. And also, there's teenagers who just go in there because they had lost loved ones because of the animatronics and everything. Okay, which is a bit more the plot, but at the same time... Do I want to get into the long...
No.
The lore of Willy's... No, I don't. No. It's not... It's fine for what it is, but it's not that great.
I made a mistake mentioning it. I'm sorry, dear audience.
Hey, when you... I watched a lot of horror movies, and I have my thoughts on some of them, and I know not everybody cares.
So, speaking of Nicolas Cage, also, the image on screen was a teaser posted on Blumhouse? Blumhouse?
It is Blumhouse. Yeah.
Blumhouse's Instagram.
Yeah.
And so speaking of Nicolas Cage, he's actually going to be in another movie that I think I'm going to go see, and that's Renfield.
Yes.
That it looks... I gotta see it.
So long as they keep doing interesting things with the Universal monsters, I'm down for it, because the last Universal monster thing they did was The Invisible Man, which was in 2020. It was more serious, but that movie is extremely well done. That's what I absolutely recommend. And I think the Renfield's going to be more comedic, but by all means, I'm all for doing at least some.
Not everything needs to be serious.
To do something a little differently with these characters, with these classic monsters,
Sonic Adventure, a tournament disc. It was found. So this was believed to be a lost media, basically. The Sonic Adventure Tournament disc was a specially made version of the game that was used to promote the Dreamcast in America. Mm-hmm. It basically, you start the game with everything, you're dropped in the Emerald Coast, and the goal is to score as many points as possible within 2 minutes, and it really was a tournament because you could win anything from t-shirts to controllers to... They were specifically 2000 Millennium branded controllers. Mm-hmm. And Japanese VMUs.
So it's like those clear plastic where you can see the insides
I think so.
Yeah. I kind of miss that, I wish they'd in some way come back,
And then the top 4 finalists were brought to Las Vegas at the end of the tour, where they could compete for a $15,000 grand prize. Second and third received $5,000 and $2,500. And the fourth player just got some Sega. Stop. Sega swag.
Yeah, okay. I'm having a laugh here, but I am honestly surprised how big the marketing team or how much Sega pushed their marketing. They never thought to have. You want to get you some Swega.
Oh my
God.
And remember that the Dreamcast was a failure, at least in America.
I know.
And that. Give me one moment, because this is the funniest thing I found today.
Okay, I'm glad you're laughing at the Dreamcast failure, because, us Sega kids, it was a sad day for us. Yeah.
Which one of these was it?
We had hopes, we had dreams.
Okay, so I got these a while ago. And this was when the PS3 and Xbox 360 were still consoles that, were modern.
Oh, wow. In the before times.
Why the Wii U might fail.
Oh, you think it might fail?
This was, oh god. Oh my god.
Dreamcast ain't looking so bad now, is it?
The Wii U's launch at the time of writing can be considered a modest success at best. And the little thing, Wii U, is it Nintendo's biggest success or greatest failure? And I just thought,
Look,
that was hilarious when we
in
found it.
defense of the Wii U, it's no Virtual Boy.
Oh, the Wii U is a great console. I love it.
No. Just like there is some good stuff to it, but it's like
It's great for the games that it does have. The games that it have are pretty solid. There's not enough of them, but it's also great for retro gaming.
yeah. It's just unfortunately it came so it's connected. It has the name Wii in it, so people thought it had something to do with the Nintendo Wii, which was one of their biggest hits, and it didn't quite live up to that.
The marketing was very poor.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So, Dreamcast, Wii U, brothers from a different mother.
Yeah. We'll see each other at the Olympic Games.
Lackluster Pokemon Stadium. Okay, so Pokemon Stadium is the classic, right?
Oh yeah, I love it.
And it's coming to the Nintendo Switch and 64.
God, I
on
remember
April
the
12th.
ads for Pokemon Stadium back when I was a kid.
Power on.
And I was
Auxiliary in.
obsessed with getting that for Christmas. And I was,
So a cool feature of
sorry, I'm being old. I'm being a boomer.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
So you were able to use the Nintendo 64 transfer pack to bring Pokemon from red, blue, and if you were Japanese, green,
Yes, we were.
over to
Yes,
your
we were.
Nintendo 64 Pokemon Stadium and use them. They would have the same stats, the same moves.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. It was Pokemon battles on the big screen,
It was good times.
but you can't do that in the Switch version. It makes sense because the original games aren't available on the Switch. The closest you have to it is Let's Go.
Yeah, Let's Go Pikachu. Yeah.
But
yeah.
implementing that into a game that's like 20 years old is, I guess to them, it's not worth the hassle. And I can't completely blame them because it's
Well,
easier to port the
yeah.
Pokemon from past games to the new ones than to bring Pokemon from a new to the past.
Yeah. I get you.
But
So it
maybe
sounds-
they'll
so
make a
it's-
new Pokemon.
So it sounds to me like they should be making Let's Go Pokemon. Let's go to the Pokemon Stadium.
Let's Go Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah. I'd buy it.
It would be nice if they made a new Pokemon fighting game.
Or a sequel to Pokken, which is
Pokken Tournament DX is good.
Yeah.
So you will have to use the game's rental teams, and let's just watch the trailer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I gotta say, models don't look that bad.
I mean, I grew up with them, so I'm always gonna have a soft spot for them.
They've held up pretty well.
Yeah. That's always gonna look the waves. That's always gonna look.
And you'll be able to play it with friends online and local.
Eh. Okay, that was nice going down memory lane.
And of course, you will need the expansion pack to access the N64 games.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course. Okay, yeah. And there will be no more emulators on retail mode Xbox. So in case you missed it, recently they were able to make Dolphin available on the Xbox Series S and X. And they were able to do this in what's called retail mode, which is basically the default Xbox mode. Microsoft has banned has banned emulators on Xbox consoles running in retail mode, reportedly due to legal issues. Now, these emulators can still be run in developer mode, and we have a quote from an anonymous Xbox QA employee. Microsoft has banned emulators primarily due to legal issues with Nintendo due to, quote, playing games from consoles that are still under copyright protection without permission, which can create issues with Nintendo's and its affiliates. They also cite a security risk and note that emulators are still playable in dev mode, which is more limited, and that they are looking for ways to bring emulation onto Xbox while ensuring that all copyright laws and security protocols are followed.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big bummer for people who rely on emulations, because Nintendo, like, okay, they'll sometimes like import some of their classic games into the Switch, but certainly not all of them. And even like certain remakes aren't as great as some of the originals, so that's another reason why some people want to do emulators. However, again, it's like it's all about the copyright and the fact that, like, you know, Nintendo is one of those companies that is very protective of their IPs. So it's like this is not a shocking move here, but I can't ignore that this is a bummer.
It is a bummer, but you can still technically do it. You just have to put your console into developer mode. Here come the puppies.
Yay!
And finally, our last segment of the show is our thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers movie, including Alexander.
Yep. Get enough room, dude. Oh, hey guys.
Buster.
Yes, Buster, I'm right here.
I am not wearing my glasses right now. I don't think I need them to talk.
Yep, less like
Right?
you don't need eyes to
You
talk.
gotta get over here, though.
I know, I'm coming.
Alright.
I'm just coming.
You tired?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have stayed up until 5 in the morning.
I did not.
Anyway, it was like 4:30 when I told
I
you to
stayed
go to
up
bed.
until 3.
Nope, it was 4 when I told you to go to bed. Anyway, the Mario movie. We went and saw it yesterday, and so Xander, don't stand on that. They can't see your face.
Can't see my face.
And you've got Jordan in a cool Bowser shirt.
Yes, I do, and I got this.
Me Mario blanket.
I got
No,
the Mario
he's got a
blanket
Mario
and
blanket
and the
too.
Bowser shirt.
Nice.
Yep.
King of the
Peaches,
Koopas.
peaches.
Anyways, this is gonna be a
Donkey Kong.
I was super happy with that.
spoiler-free,
Yes, we're gonna try
Thoughts.
our best not to reveal anything. 'Cause
One of
it's just
my-
now out.
One of my favorite parts was when they did the Donkey Kong rap.
That was good. Yeah, obviously I
Yeah.
got kicked out of that. I think I died twice. I believe.
Especially the Seth Rogen laugh.
The Seth Rogen lap. Well, that's to be expected.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like I don't think it was that noticeable, or like it wasn't that distracting.
It wasn't distracting. It was just
was
nice
for me.
hearing it.
Yeah.
It was for me. It was very distracting.
Anyways, overall, I thought the movie was pretty good.
Yep.
Very basic story, but what do you expect from a kids movie? I thought it was gorgeously animated. Illumination does do good.
Yeah, in terms of animation-wise, this is incredible. This is very well detailed. Again, keeping true to the designs of the Mario characters and the DK characters, but also adding a lot more polish, a lot more detail, a lot more, to add more texture to it, I should say.
We did not see Donkey Kong, sadly.
Xander,
What?
don't spoil things.
But he wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah, some people might have gone in expecting him to see it.
I'm sorry if you did.
I'm sorry. I'll go.
No, I just want to get
No,
your
no,
thoughts
it's
on
okay,
it
it's
real
okay,
quick.
it's okay, it's
Give
okay.
me your thoughts. Let's get Xander's thoughts, and then we can send them.
I think it was definitely really good. The songs were 10 out of 10.
You like the song choices,
Yeah.
including the licensed tracks?
Like, I don't know what that means.
Like Take On Me,
Yeah.
I Need a Hero. Those are called licensed tracks because
Yeah.
other people own them, and so they have to license them.
Yeah.
You thought it worked?
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
Seth Rogen definitely did really good at DK.
You thought he
I
thought it was a
agree.
good
We also
DK?
got to see Diddy Kong and the other.
Actually, no, we did see them in the trailer.
Just they make a cameo. That's all you need to know.
I especially love how they got rid of all the "It's a me, Mario."
They did get rid of some things from the trailers, which is a common thing.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I know, but it's a fact. But it's all the parts that everyone hated the most.
Actually, yeah, it was the parts that were widely mocked on the internet.
Even I, who was the most optimistic about this movie, I was kind of sitting here sweating here, being like, I'm not so 100% sold on Chris Pratt as Mario.
I think he did really good, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, we actually see the movie actually kind of works, and while he does do a bit of the "it's a me," I'm Italian, in certain parts they actually explain why he does that and why he has his regular accent. And I'm not gonna spoil too much, but we did get a bit more of the Mario family,
Can I
and
tell you about
that little bit I thought was pretty
some
good.
of the cameos that some of the actors got.
No.
Oh.
The cameo, some people want to be surprised by that.
Yeah.
That's why we can't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The point of this is just to give our thoughts on what the movie did correctly without spoiling it. Don't tear that off.
It's the tag.
Don't tear it off. It's not yours. It's Mama's. You're committing a felony.
Hey, how's it going?
Really?
No.
Then can I tear it off?
No. Just go. I love you.
Okay.
You thought
Thank
it.
you, thank you,
Oh,
dude.
what number? Out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
I still
Okay.
honestly prefer the Sonic movie, but that's because it was live action, and Sonic's definitely a lot easier to do live action than Mario.
I'll say this. I remember again last night. I did say from just right out of the theater, I did say I did enjoy this movie more so than the first Sonic movie. That's because there were certainly a lot of things from the games that were in there, but
Love you, Xander.
overall, okay, thank you. But overall, the first Sonic movie keeps itself pretty simple. Those crazy things in that movie are the super fast blue hedgehog and the scientist that makes lots of robots. They keep that movie pretty simple, and they're focusing more on Sonic and him getting used to all the different humans and trying to find a new life and coping with the loss of his owl mom. And
Houdini.
Xander,
I think it's
go to
Long
the
Claws, what her
bedroom
name
with
is,
the
I believe.
Go on. Go.
Okay.
No, Kaiju, I love you, but
Okay.
baby, you gotta go.
And this one is obviously doing a bit more of of the world of often get everything you want to see: the Mushroom Kingdom, the Toads, the princesses, the Kongs, the Koopas.
Lots of references.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
yeah.
Reference rain.
More of Mario Kart elements than I thought there would be. Obviously, they showed Mario, karts. They showed the
Platforming.
Yeah, I did say I was personally hoping for a bit more platform elements than it did, but again, that is a very minor complaint. I would say though, the thing I have thought about the most is I know you're trying to say these movies is for kids, so you're trying to keep things short, sweet to the point. I still think that we could have gone a bit more character moments because the interactions with Mario and Donkey Kong are great, but there's a certain scene where you actually get to a bit more of how they feel and their backstory and everything. I would have loved a bit more of that, But in any case, still solid. I'd say, about a 9 out of 10. I don't usually do these out of 10 things because I'm always like, do I want to keep with that score for now, or do I keep that because...
I don't think they're nuanced enough for how we feel about movies.
Yeah, and plus, so there will be times where I'll watch a movie, then a year later I'll be like, did I like it that much, or did I hate it that much? Even though I did have a lot of fun watching Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania. My love for it has died down a bit, but I still wish it did better. I felt it got a little too much hate. Yeah. This one, I think, everybody was having such a fun time with it, and I'm pretty sure it's slowly going to become a classic, or at least, I'm sure kids growing up with this will love it just as much as we loved stuff like Toy Story or stuff like that.
Yeah. I think Illumination was a good choice. There weren't any fart jokes.
Nope.
I just realized that.
No fart jokes.
There were no fart jokes. That was perfect.
And
10 out of 10 movie.
And I will say this: even though there were a couple song choices that I thought were weird, they didn't overcome the movie. They weren't Sing, where it's every couple seconds is another licensed song after licensed song, and even the Despicable Me movies that I enjoy, they also do that too. So that's an Illumination thing. Well, they got money to do licensed music, so they just throw it in there, even when it doesn't make that much sense.
I love you.
So only a couple scenes this movie did that, but it relies much more on the classic like Nintendo music. Or
Yeah.
the Koji.
They were beautifully
yeah. Oh, yeah.
done. The way they wove musical references into the soundtrack was gorgeous. There were only like 2 instances where the licensed music was kind of distracting. I was like, I don't like that. It doesn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it was all right.
But yeah, that's a problem I've seen in multiple Illumination.
It's not just Mario. And
excuse me.
let's see. There was something else. But yeah, they didn't really like tease.
Do you think the
any
movie was
sequels.
too woke because it's Peach not getting kidnapped? It's Luigi getting kidnapped, and she's like carrying around a spear or something.
I did think it was interesting. She's basically just got Daisy's personality,
I think it was,
but a little pulled back.
Yeah, well, I think like they actually made her more the mentor figure in this movie, more so than you would have thought they would have, because she's the one teaching Mario how to get to these, throughout the platforms and everything, how to get through these environments and everything. So it's like I have obviously no problem with that.
I liked this characterization of her.
Yeah.
What I didn't like, I don't think this really counts as spoilers, but there were too many slow motion effects for me. Like, there were some instances where it was slow motion, like a couple seconds, slow motion, couple seconds, slow motion, and it just, you've got to use slow motion sparingly, or it gets old way too fast.
I can at least say there is at least a instance where it's like, I don't think you need the slow motion. You could have saved that for, again, the other scenes. Because, like, I think the final act, I thought, surprisingly, was very well done.
It was.
Yeah, so... and then I think the slow motion, that last scene, I thought that's when you would use it for that. So I would have cut out one of the slow-mo parts in either in the middle part or maybe near the beginning. That way... Probably the middle part. That way, like, you at least got, a longer stretch of, like...
Keep the flow going.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, there were some parts where I could feel emotions. Mm-hmm. Because, it's ultimately a story about brothers.
Oh, yeah, and...
I mean, we know from the get-go, Mario's out to save Luigi. And, went to see Alexander, so...
Yeah.
Brothers is a very important thing to me.
Yep.
And... I know, what's he doing?
I can understand the people that are big Luigi fans might
Where
have
are
a
you
reasonable
going?
complaint that there's not that much Luigi in this movie.
Oh,
I'm trying to spoil too much, but yeah, not as much Luigi as you'd think there would be.
But there's enough Luigi. Oh, she loves you! But yeah, Charlie Day, fantastic Luigi.
Yeah.
He has expressed an interest in doing a Luigi's Mansion movie. I would love to see that.
Yes.
I love Luigi's Mansion.
Please,
I waited decades for that sequel.
And while, again, are we going to talk about sequels? Or are we going to talk about, or just our little thoughts?
Oh, when I said sequel, I meant the Luigi's Mansion series.
Okay, yeah.
Overall casting was pretty good.
Yep.
Cranky Kong's voice I didn't expect, but I think it
I'm
fit.
fine with it, and it's like the little bit of the couple scenes where we see Cranky Kong and Donkey Kong reacting. I thought was a fun dynamic of.
It was a fun overall. What are you doing?
It's been a while since I've seen like the Donkey Kong animated series in the '90s. I have a soft spot for that cartoon. Don't hate me, but. I figured it was at least close to that, but obviously, like, Cranky Kong was not, like, a king or a ruler or anything. He was just cranky old Kong,
But yeah, it was a good movie.
Yes.
No numbers for me, just... I would watch it again.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely
not today, but I would watch it again once it comes out of theaters.
I'm okay with seeing this movie in theaters again. But then again, I got Regal Unlimited, so I'm more privileged. So.
And I also just usually don't repeat things right after I finish them. Like, I finished Metroid Prime day before yesterday, I think.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I didn't collect everything, but I'm not doing the New Game Plus yet. Maybe later, but I just beat the game. I want to play something else.
Yeah.
There's just so much to experience and not enough time.
I get it, dude. I get it, but...
I'm glad we experienced this.
Yes. And again, not to spoil anything, but I think we briefly talked about this on the car ride home. Would you trust Illumination with other Nintendo properties? Not even just like Donkey Kong or Mario sequel or anything.
Obviously, I would trust them with a Donkey Kong.
Yeah. I'm advocating for that. Like yesterday.
Yeah, like I said, I could trust them with Kirby, and Animal Crossing and Star Fox.
Yeah. And you picked the two I said.
Yes.
I did.
I'm sorry. I should have let you say them.
It's fine. It's fine.
They were good. That's why I stole them.
Yeah, they are good picks, and I keep thinking like, with how much money that Animal Crossing New Horizon made, I'm sure Illumination was coming to Nintendo about a pitch for a Animal Crossing movie, and there are many ways to do that.
We already know that Nintendo and Illumination plan on partnering more in the future. Xander, no.
Yeah.
Xander,
Yeah.
video, no.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of this, dude. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at him. It's just I can't have other people's videos in our videos.
Yeah.
It leads to too much trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you for stopping it. I love you. You're the best. I'm lucky to have you as a brother.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll say this. While obviously it's not particularly a Nintendo property. It's a game that's been on many Nintendo consoles, which is
Doom.
Mega Man. Come on, I don't think the world of Mega Man is that. It is.
It's not that deep, but
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, okay, depending on which timeline.
I'd have
The
to see.
Mega Man X timeline gets pretty deep.
That's fair. I would have to see Illumination's design choice for Mega Man to know if I trusted them with it. To be honest.
Okay, but if you're talking about like classic Mega Man designs, they're not too.
Oh yeah, classic Mega Man. They
Not
could
too
pull
different.
off.
Yeah, and even the Battle Network series, I think that
Battle
one.
Network, they would kill. They would
Oh
do
yeah,
great
yeah.
with that.
So again, not exactly Nintendo, but it's a video game franchise near to my heart. If they said they were going
I
to
love
do
it too.
something, Illumination was going to do something Mega Man related,
What's up?
I'd be like,
I have an opinion.
okay,
Yeah, come here.
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Xander has an opinion.
Okay.
Is
Okay,
it a
so you guys are
spoiler
talking-
opinion?
No.
Okay.
No. So you guys were talking about Mega Man.
Yes.
What if Marvel did a Mega Man movie?
Yeah, Marvel did do crossovers with Capcom.
Yeah, Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah.
What if they made a Marvel versus Capcom movie?
I'd love that. That would certainly.
I mean, they already got like people like Iron Man that they already did pretty good with, so it would definitely fit Mega Man.
If Marvel Studios did a Mega Man movie, unrelated to the MCU, obviously, I think they could do a pretty good job with it.
It'd have to be another universe. And they've already introduced the multiverse thing, so if they said there's a universe where Mega Man stuff is in it, I'd be super happy.
That's a good opinion, right?
It's a good opinion.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yay!
You have 1 out of 100 good opinions.
Okay.
No, I'm just teasing.
All right.
Anyway,
Not wrong.
And if I have to pick a purely Nintendo thing for Illumination to possibly work on, the more I think about it, maybe Punch Out would work.
Punch Out, I think they could do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Punch.
that.
I mean, it's goofy already. You
Yeah.
know, Glass Joe,
yeah.
E Honda.
Yeah. Super Macho Man.
But I have one
King
stipulation.
Hippo.
King Hippo.
Yeah.
One stipulation though. Illumination, if you're watching, and I know you're not, if you do a Punch Out movie, please, I'm begging you, I'm on my knees here. Please, for the love of God, have Mike Tyson voice the main fighter, like the big baddie.
Well, I mean, he was the focus of the original Punch
And
Out.
that's why I need it to happen.
I mean, if you want him as the voice of Sandman, or Mr. Sandman, I might as well just go all the way. Yeah.
Please, I have to have it. I mean, Mike Tyson's already done things sillier.
The Mike Tyson Mysteries.
I love the Mike Tyson mysteries. It's
Yes.
very lowbrow, but
Yeah.
I love lowbrow stuff
Yeah.
sometimes. You got to.
And the reason why I don't say stuff like Legend of Zelda or even Metroid is because, Illumination has not done anything even remotely close to more serious storytelling. DreamWorks has, and DreamWorks is under Universal now. So if they said Legend of Zelda, I'd be more inclined, especially how good Puss in Boots was, Last Wish.
It would be really interesting to see, okay, so let's imagine a scenario where DreamWorks does Legend of Zelda. They also do a Metroid movie. both of which lend themselves to the narratives very well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Illumination doing Mario, Animal Crossing, the other one you mentioned,
Star Fox, and Punch Out.
Yeah. And then it culminates into a Super Smash Brothers movie, which everyone's already come to this conclusion that that'd be cool. It would be interesting to see if Illumination and DreamWorks would work together in if they would somehow combine their respective art styles in a way that's not clashing.
Yeah.
I believe they could do it.
That would probably be the one hurdle they have to go over.
That would be the biggest
hurdle.
hurdle.
Considering they're both owned by, or they're both built under the Universal umbrella, I'm sure they could negotiate something.
Yeah.
We're hearing from James Gunn that he is saying he is open for a Marvel and DC crossover. So I think getting Illumination and DreamWorks to work on something together is not the craziest idea anymore.
Do you want what? It'd be very cool.
Yeah.
And that is going to be it for this episode, I think.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, short episode. It was only Actually, it was longer than a lot of our recent episodes.
We have a lot of thoughts on Mario, and everybody's got thoughts on Mario, so we just thought we just had that be the focus.
In fact, tonight, as of this recording, because we're recording it on Saturday, later we're going to go to my aunt's house, and we're going to have a double feature. Dungeons and Dragons from 2000 and Super Mario Brothers from 1993.
Yes. I know these movies are terrible, but I am so curious how Zen is going to react to seeing those movies, because we showed him about the deleted scene of Dungeons and Dragons, and he was flipping out.
I think he might actually appreciate the 2000s one. He surprises me with opinions. He made fun of the deleted scene because of the awful CGI. Because it literally looked like they just took a plush dragon and just... But it'll be interesting. We'll have fun.
I will certainly be waiting on bated breath on his reactions on the actual dragons in the Dungeons and Dragons 2000 movie.
Anyway, until next time, stay cool. And
peaches. All right.